feels like Nerve's Nightfalls have been huge fulcrums for rounds so far. And he's kind of just used them whenever he gets them. So QOR eager to get this done, eager to get this finished in 2. And the defensive setup already pretty default here. 2Z hanging out with Logan in the pistol as the stack gets ready to fly.
Open. Ayla pops the door open, has the flash assist from Darkest and the rest, but it's a little bit off tempo, off timing. NBG had their backs against the wall and managed to fight the right angles at the right time and not really get deterred from all the angles that QOR just took.
On the cusp of going 3 for 3 on pistols here and continuing to just stifle out when QOR think they can win a big old team fight. NBG is proving the group firepower is so there, and again, that's how they're gonna have to win this game.
Nerve still has some util, but they may think about just waiting out the smoke, and now it's the fault line to lead them in. Darkest can be bait, he's lower, but Nightblood are good at spreading apart and not getting pieced up by QOR, so they've just been really well drilled, as you said, on these pistols.
And they're gonna try and, again, just take that and run to the moon with it. Huge buy coming up here for NBG as they'll try to get some easy conditioning started despite the fact that all they have is themselves. A lot on Screwface's shoulders, a lot of very risky calls that you have to make early on in the pre-plant. And he's gonna call on himself first to irritate 4 members over here on A main.
Logan has to respect that. Oh, we get to see what Screwface can do. Untouched over in Rubble. Smoke in place. QOR ready to have Alem swing off of Darkest util if they're feeling right about it. Especially that Tuesday can open the door and unleash a paranoia. There's a trap for QOR and they just took too long to unleash it. Now Nightblood get to thrive in this chaos. A lot of util all over. And Tuesday is repressed back into tree, and Nightblood just deal with the duels head on. Now they are able to so well isolate them. Smokes are going to make things difficult to cross, but Nightblood are still taking it one objective at a time, 1 kill at a time, and the orb on top. QOR looked like they had the right idea, but just not the right execution.
1 enemy remaining.
Yeah. Gun diff is pretty big for this one, especially when Nightblood are able to isolate the fights like that. And everyone's staying alive for it as well. Does mean a lot for what NBG is able to toy around with this bonus round, which QOR have fully bought into this time. And this is the point in which QOR should really start to dig their heel in. The breach util is going to be a constant downgrade to NBG's pushes. And followed up by that, I mean, these picks do really feel a little comfort-based. Kumi's util on the deadlock is, there's a couple question marks I have over it when it comes to how effective it can be compared to something like a Vice.
Yeah, NBG got info over at Rubble off the haunt from Screwface, and they said no thanks. QOR didn't really take advantage of any map control. Just gonna hold their post, 2-1-2 setup. Leveraging now the Thorns. And the Nightblood patience has really paid off. They've avoided some deadly encounters. But up front will be Logan. And he, like the desk, highlighted him for a good reason for the last map. And QOR's ability to come back from pretty gnarly deficits.
Good hit.
Yeah, just draining the well as much as they can until they go for it. And again, it's Screwface to open things up with the util, and NBG have to compile the shots.
No one's checking this back corner. No, does at the last second, but it's too late. Logan, a critical double kill. It doesn't get the spike down. Plan B, Nightblood evacuate. And they open the door, but they're walking right to the hands of Alem. Another double kill goes the way of QOR. It just doesn't get any better than this.
And the shear is there the whole time as well. Plan B wasn't even gonna work out anyway. Alem was just that first line of defense. And NBG have 2 members inch up on top of those boxes. Logan just able to hold it down. And if NBG want to dare QOR to shoot better, Well, Core will double dog dare right back. With the bonus in tow, they can stabilize their own economy, force Nightblood Gaming to... Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's go.
You know what? Hell yeah.
Flex on him. But NBG have to, once again, show their identity on this map that has been a big weak point for them so far in this stage.
I'm still dying. Players heard they were on camera, so
he held that for a while, dude.
Have to make sure you hit the shot, or the producers got the shot. All right, can they hit their shot? That's what matters. Note's already been sussed out from Rubble, and Screwface got smoked off. Can't really punish that easily. Not a good start for Nightblood.
Car's able to find the frag right back.
My life gets better.
It really does. It really does get better. Oh, Tuesday, this is fun, isn't it? Screwface is planted way up here on the roof. Oh, he's been sussed out!
Brother, what?
That's such a fun trap. That's so dumb.
Well, I guess it works out for Screwface. And now they get the scale back up towards A, and Nerve's gonna fall back, but it was all a ruse.
Spike dropped.
Well, again, Core are fully prepared for this. 3v4 is a tough fight to take, but Alim's always the first to take it. Let's see what he gets away with.
Oh, not the jump, but hey, able to concuss the rest. And, well, Son of Core is still alive and an absolute menace. Core, I think, got hit by a nasty net from Kumi, so they couldn't capitalize on the split up and what Alim created. 7 HP. Versus a full health Smiley. And okay, Alim wins that. Oh my god. Now he can keep flexing.
He's alive! He gets busted in Waterfall, immediately swings over back to backside as soon as Logan is vulnerable, which he already is on the grab net, but it doesn't matter for him. Oh my, what is that slide, dude? That is insane. And then to just hold that box instead of playing the waiting game with 7 HP. Alim is saying, I'm that guy 4 rounds deep into this map just to tie us up. And now he's got the overdrive too.
Really said I'll do it myself. And Neon has always been one of his best agents. So even when you go into a corrode and you're not sure what to play, just stick to your guns. Stick together as a team and Core pull through there.
And Alim has huge guns, dude. He can totally stick to him.
Couple of plates on there for sure. Something about the gym. Nightblood, I'm going to be working towards A at least, and it's completely open.
Satchel out.
Yeah, just handing this over after the barrier mesh gets tossed. Not willing to risk it for the biscuit. Son of Car up on top of this drop. He's always here, so we're just going to lob some shots with this Odin onto him and chip him down to 61. Core are like telepathic right now.
Oh, trying to avoid this util. I mean, Son of Car got a warning and he did not heed that at all. Core, the retake, quite successful coming through stairs and just putting so much pressure at the top site. Nightblood don't have any safe land to stand on. Oh my god, Core looking clean.
Yeah, let's get this party started. This is looking really nice from Core. Very well strung. And that's the other thing about this is like, these guys are all, they live for the hero moments and they're so individually talented and they're so able to play off of themselves so often. And that is the North American way. And yet at the same time, when they do have to go for these like set plays, these full retakes, I mean, they understand how to say 3, 2, 1 and then swing and throw all of their util. They have enough of an understanding to group back up when it matters and let that teamwork that they've dedicated themselves to the talking until they can frag out on their own again.
Well, this is going to be a deadly pinch from Core. They have a really good read on Nightblood. Door is open too. Nightblood are just going to storm in with the showstopper after hearing footsteps in the splash. Dark Kid sidesteps and wins. Oh, you just made a fool out of him. And Core fully ready to dislodge the rest of Nightblood, but wait a minute. Nightblood are fighting back, and even with an Odin of all things.
Down B.
Nightblood can now securely get the spike down because Core can't do much more about it.
Starting to just sort of walk into it, and NBG can get the personnel advantage. Screwface just walks into Link and picks up an Odin 1v to turn this just to Logan. And B-side turns out to be the choice, even after Son of Kar does literally nothing on it. With the showstopper, unfortunately. That is
I thought
one
that was
hell of a
gonna break the
takeover.
mentals.
Yeah, no, that really seems like it would boom them, doesn't it? But they come right back in. Screwface manages to take the stairs and hold it. And Core just start dry peeking. They just start contacting. And it leads to 2 or 3's easy demise. Great swing back. That just hurts.
It's whistling past his head. And then for Darkus to still win that. Like, I'd be so freaked out from just the rocket coming my way and just, wow, I dodged that, to just immediately locking in. And Darkus got the Rolling Thunder too, so you just know Core gonna be able to play comfortable and confident and fighting for Rubble already. Tuzi stepping up against Note in their own smoke. And within the ult, Note tries to get another life, but at least sets up Screwface to equalize something for Nightblood. Now, Core still gonna try Rolling Thunder 2 versus 4. Alrighty then.
Yo, what are we doing?
This is not a hell yeah moment.
That was based off of nothing, Darkest. I suppose he assumes the rotation is already imminent towards A side there, but yeah, I mean, everyone got stuck. Shout out to Screwface with that spray down as soon as Note got the ult activated. That's another way that you can play off of the Clove. It's just the idea of that 6th man is enough to force Core to press just a little bit further forward. Screwface just sprays it down into the fray, grabs a quick 2-piece. Note doesn't even have to do anything. NBG can just take that site. And Alim, despite being on 27 health, is able to be the one guy that actually gets a kill this round for Core's favor. Might try and grab one more, considering most of the health pool for NBG is kind of limited. But at the end of the day, that is going to be a 4-3 lead for Nightblood as they have found their recovery rounds at the perfect time.
Yeah, that was a big round from Screwface. And he's talked in interviews about having to rebuild, like the downfall that they experienced and figuring out their identity and bringing together a vision with these teammates, with him as a leader. And it's come together really well. And it started off well on Corrode. And I think not a lot of people would have expected Nightblood, well, besides Sierra, not a lot of people would have expected Nightblood to come out of the series, but they really proved that you cannot underestimate them.
Oh, they always do. This is how Nightblood always operates. They just refuse to quit. They never surrender. And they have a lot in the toolkit to be able to continue to activate. Once again, playing for A main pretty heavily here when Core have been able to put up quite a fight a majority of the time, but they will disperse, hand over the openings of the courtyard and Rubble to NBG. Just see what other util they can scrape out of them before things go forward here on this eco round, but NBG will just press on.
Nerve has a chance here to get a surprise, and the Nightfall. Screwface and friends were not ready, but the nade is somehow what gets the first kill. So Nightblood very much humbled with no map control, no space to work with despite the superior weaponry. Core have been able to find some upgrades, and they're just bringing the firepower right to Nightblood's corner. No one's bailing out Son of Kar. No one's swinging out of Nightblood. They're playing so scared, and Core is taking full advantage of that.
Let the walls close in for a round like that after you're able to start to find advantage, and we're back on schedule. As after Alim is once again back at double digits, and you still have the Nightfall free to just continue to play keep away. These are the sorts of fallbacks that NBG has to meet with this composition. It's just the long and short of it is like Kumi cannot get as much of an extension with his Sentinel util as much as Logan can. it is still a condensed space that they have to work with on these comfort picks, and it's leading to Core having a lot more confidence on opening space. So they have a lot of extra time and residual util that they can kind of just throw at the openings that they know they'll actually have to really pay attention to.
Well, Screwface has his own Odin to yell at someone if they come out a tree or anything like that, but Core aren't going to have nerve in that position. They can just play for retake with the Nightfall, and like you said, it'll be a good round for Core, and they've really changed up the tempo from being aggressive to run it down to, okay, try to fault line. Darkus always gets away with winning his 1v1s, even when it doesn't seem like it. Now the Nightfall, no one can really capitalize off that if you're Core, so these ults have been very questionable out of the defense, and now Nightblood can plant and benefit off of the lapse in judgment, but maybe their own judgment is lacking. Tuzi gets away with sneaking up and stealing away 2 kills.
Okay.
1v1, what a funny round. Absolute comedy. Annihilation does not connect. The Prowler through the right side. Kumi knows where this last person is. The net will catch him. Spike has been tapped. Kumi has to check it. That was a good fake, a good sell from Nerve, but now has to face the challenge head on, and Kumi stays steady.
And I am not impressed.
They were toying in the mud a little bit for that round. After not a lot's fully checked. And this is a lot of the time what NBG are able to kind of muddle Lotus down to. And you saw, Note had to activate there to give them a fighting chance, and then Kumi's just unanswered, holding B main. So you've got this lead back again, where it feels like we've gotten just so dang brawly, and Core don't take the brawls themselves with the amount of seriousness that they need to.
Haven't talked enough about Tuzi because he's had some huge moments for the squad, and
yeah,
he's feeling it too. And you're standing on Sand Mountain as the barriers come down. I know you're cooking, but unfortunately, no one's gonna be tasting no recipe. Nightblood going anywhere but there. Now trying to fight through rubble.
Where are you?
Yeah, with a minute to go and no telegraphing of any real entry, we'll see if Core get even further forward. Tuzi once again just babysitting. And get out if he's smart about it, but NBG have the stack ready for Mound. This could be a huge 5v2.
Tuzi doesn't get seized or anything weird like that. Okay, having to respect it. Oh, it's just a net. Okay, just a net, as it still could be an issue. Nightblood running in to capitalize. The door opens, and Halem just shuts down the entirety of Nightblood. And this time it's a bloodbath that Nightblood are not ready for. What a turnaround from Core.
Yeah. Man, Vice just feels so mandatory on this map now. The Arc Rose is such an integral part of guaranteeing space. And Kumi had to throw the grav net as like a proxy blind out of the smoke fading to force anybody even a little bit back. But all the time in the world for Alien to get to that door and just go for another pinch. So really tough if NBG can't get out the gate here. So gonna once again amp things up, try to take a vulnerable A site early on. And they've actually already spotted Nerve, so a lot of confidence rolling up to this shear.
Now the shear will be separating Son of Car, but it's almost like, oh, I was gonna say, you're trapped in here with me. He has the ult, but unfortunately just a pistol, so Core can watch over as their plan is executed perfectly. All going according to schedule. As Nightblood peek into Alem, who was just ready for it. Even the concussed, the haunt too. Nightblood are just sitting ducks and dead ones too. At least it won't be flawless for Core, but that's the only silver lining I can point out.
Last round in the half.
Looking to finalize the lead here on this defensive half. At Nightblood Gaming relegated them 2 to start. But Nightblood having all the tools they need to extend fights as long as they need to be extended. Nightblood continues to be a little one and done forward on a map like this, where the site is so coveted. But a lot of ways to turn that one fight into a bit of a hellscape for Core, as long as the pack is set correctly. But of course, spreading the util out evenly as well. The Sheer on A, the Vines on C, still those standard stacks though. And A just completely unoccupied.
Nightblood shouldn't be too beat up here because the lead is always within reach. If you want to cope. Some people don't even look at the score. You just play like it's always 0-0. And you just never give up, never surrender. Which Nightblood did surrender B because that looked really scary. So now Son of Car looking for something with the showstopper. Got counter tagged up and no way. Elam goes under the showstopper. Are we serious? How does he get nothing with that ult? So cursed.
Car is getting so boomed on this map right now. It's Alim that gets to dip him this time, and Kumi on the solo entry gets diffed by Logan now. Core can start to individualize, can start to target him, while Nightblood have a sight, have some time. Do they really have any chance of the round at this point? Those double smokes gotta be your biggest tool. Note gonna try and set up checkpoint after checkpoint with these frags.
At least a haunt, but he's in position now, and look how proactive Nightblood are gonna be. Just a staggered swing, it works. And Note still lives to tell the tale and almost dealt with Waterfall, but now you got all kinds of ults coming out just for the final round of the half. And it closes out Nightblood's way. Like I said, the lead is within reach, but at least the tie is here.
Switching sides.
And it's all on what Nightblood Gaming can bring to the table with this composition now on the defense. As the desk mentioned coming into this map, Note a very active Clove with the help of Smiley's smokes. I wonder where he could perch. Yeah, a moment of silence for Son of Car after that interaction.
Can't believe Alim just thinks about dashing into danger like that.
That's such
he really
a,
has become
such
the
a
danger.
mind-blowing play from him.
18 and 8 too.
Yeah.
It's blowing a lot of people's minds.
Now on the attack, I mean, it's only up from here for this guy.
Core now get to fully utilize the potential of a Neon on offense. Kind of the synergy that Elam has created with Darkest. And Nerve in the picture too. Like, there's so many layers of utility. I'm wondering how Nightblood are going to want to position, really counter position. Because you don't want to really be close range. You want to keep your distance while holding some form of map control.
Nightblood still 3 for 3 on pistols so far this match, despite being down. Big pistol for this one as Core will get their exec going as Smiley still on site, enters and Tuzi can diff. Sights there as Car, they're early and sprays down only for one. But Spike isolated, so NBG have some time to recover. Nerve on Rubble could get the drop.
Yeah, through Rubble, we're waiting for this chase down from Kumi against Nerve. It's an easy finish. Now Nightblood can surround, divide, and conquer Core. And maybe take another pistol under the belt, but Alim is done playing around, and the chemistry, Core just playing together. And Screwface has an uphill battle, and especially with basically the high-low setup on the other side. Oh, look, Alim's not wasting any time, kind of chokes, but still Core take their first pistol, and the lead's back in the court.
And the exact moment that Core want to be able to finalize, they do. After NBG finds so many ways to get the drop, it still just doesn't matter. There's enough of a stack, and that's what Core is going to rely on so often here. Alim opening the place on up, and Core just spreading their wings on whatever space they need to control. It'll be close a lot of the time, especially against Nightblood, who are going to be so firepower oriented, but with the way Core have this game plan set, and again, with the way that these players themselves are able to just play for themselves, they should be able to get away with this map pretty quickly from here if the stars are in their favor.
Had a good win con, or at least a high kill potential for Son of Car, having a Bucky on the other side of the door. So now that this is no longer a lurk situation, this is looking like a commit. And off the other side, oh, the Bucky doesn't get the one and done as Son of Car was hoping for. And this completely splits open A, calling Screwface's attention. But the duel at a distance against what Core have, yeah, not going to be a good chance for him. So could be a flawless for Core going into the bonus if they pull this off.
Yeah, a couple players low, though, so you could get rid of a couple guns here if you find the right bodies. It's just Core have enough time to shuffle them.
Oh, thought he had the headshot there and can't steady and re-peek into 2Z. Okay, you deny a one weapon, still 4 going into the next. This Core trying to stack their lead as best as they can.
So, with this bonus round, Nightblood, I mean, they have the world at their fingertips for how they want to start this round out at the very least. What they want to play for controlling early on. Core are going to take a heavy fight to start. It's just, where is that fight going to be?
Yeah, Core have been working the map well from C to eventually ending up at A, but this time not wasting any time. And Ash wanted to see the power of the sonic sensors, and Kumi puts Alum to bed. The Sentinel now, you have to fear them. And Core found out the hard way, but it's still a site that they've been able to take at the sacrifice of their duelist. And 2Z could have a good 2 in front of him, and just the tap through the wall is kind of gross. Can't get away. Good trade from No. Trying to maybe be too proactive, though. Nightblood weren't really ready to support the Clove. 3 versus 3. Time on Core's side. One coming out of Waterfall. Kumi just has the barrier. No Ned, and about to walk into the sidelines of Darkest, and Core just had a better post plant going on.
Yeah, once they can set up, it's really unstoppable, especially against the composition that can't properly flash their way in. It really is just all firepower and contact after Smiley uses all of his utility. Everything else is just very predictable and welcome for Core. How about that opening shot from Kumi? That is so stupid, but... yeah, I mean, this is how Core intends to just make the rest of these rounds work. Take a site with whatever's left, and those players will be able to hold it down. That is just the way that they will make it work.
All right, here's the walk down. Nightblood, oh, splitting like the Red Sea, and splitting heads on the Core side. Can't even recover those weapons, though. But man, is it going to make things even harder for Core. No Rolling Thunder either.
So now
Smiley
Core,
teleports out.
yeah, desperate to recover just any easy frags, and Smiley's the obvious target being isolated here, but rest of NBG can manage their own personnel advantage over here on A in the meantime, so tough decision to make. Eventually Core will just split the difference, and everyone will hop on over to B site for the family reunion.
You kind of needed that Prowler from Nerve to be deeper, but pretty happy with how things have cleared out towards B. So Core trying to sell C as well, and Smiley won't really fall for it. He'll anchor just in case, especially after that haunt being thrown. But I think Nightblood know what's up. Core, the split towards B has
30
happened,
seconds left.
and Logan protects their tail. Smiley just won't be able to prevent the spike from getting planted, but a Thrifty is very possible for Nightblood, especially with how small this site is. This Annihilation could easily grab someone. Depends how Kumi would want to angle it and even invest into it. Now the blind is thrown, and Kumi has to just throw it out, hope for the best. 2Z collects 2, makes this a 1v2 for Logan, and there's the Thrifty for Nightblood.
All the smokes they're able to set up allow Nightblood to not really care about everything that Core can offer to the fight. They can just hop in with this Annihilation, go in guns blazing, and they have enough people to make it work. It is so feisty, it is so dirty, but it'll work for Nightblood this round, and to scrap it back down seems to be the way that Nightblood are able to make these rounds work again. Which is funny because, if anything, Core have been one of the scrappier teams coming out of the region lately. So to turn specifically that table when Core is hitting everything else the right way, it is Certainly an odd time to do so, but you'll take what you can get when you can get it if you're watching Nightblood at this point, who now have to commit everything to be able to hold on to this potential to get the streak back in the game.
Nightblood have really broken the momentum of QOR and do so. Finally, we get to see Note come alive in this match to really justify the Clove, to leverage the smokes, and QOR were on the chase to find where this damn Clove went, at least where the support was. When Nightblood just fade into the shadows and QOR have to re-clear through. Oh, there's the encounter. QOR coming out of tree. Nightblood just gonna face this. Oh, wait, no, and Screwface just gonna keep away. They have a haunt, even a seize to play with, and as they drew that out, just a quicker reaction from QOR. And while a Rolling Thunder that secures the plan, I guess, but they thought the retake was closer than it was. But Nightblood have one less worry off their shoulders.
Yeah, seems like if anything, they were trying to bait that out a little sooner, but they'll be fine with that. And Logan's now up here for the entire push.
Oh, just a wild nearsighted Logan. Just barely catches Sun Up Car, which, again, the showstoppers have not been able to really kick in. Maybe he was intending with the satchels. Either way, Nightblood won't be intending on doing nothing. As QOR will get up to double digits off of this and a chance to close out the series.
Yeah, no real chance at this point after QOR take that site back. And you saw the indecision really plaguing Screw, as well as I believe it was Note there, heading up a drop. Do we stick around and try to just hold this down because we know our retake game is just not nearly as effective with the kits that we've got? And in turn, you know, risk dying so early, or do we just wait for the stack to come back? And it seems like Screwface, in an attempt to try to do a little bit of both with that haunt to pull away the Rolling Thunder, dies early on. And then you're forced to stack back out. The fact that Logan is able to find Carr without falling is huge, though. Despite the short sight, Carr still can't manage to find the right frag at the right moment. And he's going to try to again with this showstopper once more. Doesn't hit Darkest at all this time.
Dude, Darkest, this is off, I swear to God. Nightblood just coming right through the spawn. And QOR at least make the most out of it. And they do tempo up to take all the map control that was given to them. And you're even circling around the defender's spawn. Not going to be as free of a journey as Alum expected. Still going to commit, but now Nightblood have invested more to protect their backs, and QOR still have a spike to protect. Tuesday. 2 stands for Tuesday. He's always good for the double kills, but Kumi has 1. He has to close out. Trying to fuse the spike as well. Knows where Darkest is. Now playing with this food. Just needed to tag Darkest. Kind of overcooked that. Now Darkest gets to live on and protect the spike. The fault line's going to waste Kumi's time even more. The pressure really getting to Nightblood in that moment. So this round is cooked, and QOR will get ever so closer to that semifinal.
How does Darkest just toy with him like that? With such minimal util as well. He's just standing him down for half of that. That is an aura off that Darkest manages to win after bot fragging the majority of the previous map. He has come up with silencing basically every shout that Nightblood has gone for. 2 showstoppers have done a total of 45 damage combined to him. And he has been the first leg of denial for any unconventional play that NBG has offered. And he has met it with stunning reflexes. For him to just clutch up like that in the 1v1 without even touching or seeing Kumi, I mean, that is true confidence play, and that is probably QOR taking this series.
Darkest is more of an aura player, like
for sure,
like bagging people, starting to scream every time they went around, to really killing when it matters. It's not about the quantity; it's sometimes just about the quality. And 11-7, we got some quality players on the side of QOR. Ones that were capable of beating Envy, to ones that are capable of definitely upsetting this entire bracket, as our desk have pointed out as their dark horses. But Nightblood have always been in their shadow. I have no doubt that Nightblood could take this timeout and force an overtime if
Remaining.
they really tried their best.
Most definitely. We could go the distance just as easily here if Core let go for even a second. Playing for Rubble hella aggressively this time around. Alim's already way ahead of Smiley over on Rubble. Already just down to note for the smokes. Nightblood cannot play preventative. They have to play for frags, and so Son of Car egged a little more forward on Tree for now. Nightblood desperate to find an opening, but they won't get handed one. Core will simply reset and look for something else to get away with, something else that's even weaker. And that looks to be that C site now that they know there's only that singular controller available.
And Nightblade can just play for the retake off the Nightfall. And I don't know what Smiley was looking at. I feel like you should always have your eyes on Rubble. But a lapse there means Core have an easier round to go. Could easily just pop the Logan ult as he does. And no, just has to hope for the best. And it's been deadly in the past. Has to show up big. And gets absolutely cooked by Alim. We'll have the ult to get back around the pillar side, but overstayed their welcome. Core killed them twice. And yeah, the Nightfall that was used from Screwface, but Nightblood don't look too reestablished. They have to fight through the corner against Darkus, who has, you know, mainly Logan that has a big old gun. So 12 for Core. Match point, series point.
Just forced to fight their way into it once they saw there was only 25 seconds left on the clock. NBG, once again, trying to play opportunistically in the match that would facilitate something like that and failing to meet the quota when it comes to fighting itself. Core holding those lines, staying confident as ever. 6 for 7 here on the attack, and still all the tools they need to carry this out here and now. Alim with that overdrive 2Z, the TP. They really could have their way with the mobility of this map. They could teeter between Rubble and Mound like it's nothing. Alim already going to do the former to start things out, cause a ruckus over here on the courtyard, and force NBG to reallocate very quickly.
Hey, Screwface chooses battles right, dodges the fault line, but gets chased out by Alim. But Screwface removes the face from Alim and converts too. Nightblood can always rely on him, and the paranoia is thrown out from Smiley. And I don't know about this one. Core to unleash the Nightfall to retaliate against Nightblood. It forces them into submission. But Core haven't made too much headway towards planting the spike. They don't feel too secure.
Yeah, they no longer have a way to clear the link out, so they have too many peaks to check to confidently go for this off rip. But now they'll go for it. Nerve will get that walk in. As NBG huddle at the stairs. 35 seconds to go. Core could try to spin the block here.
30 seconds left.
Instead, they'll throw the haunt out before letting the spike go down, just making sure no one can check the safe plant from drop.
Okay, Prowler is going to get the information Nerve needs to swing off of this, but now Nightblood have already crossed, so the window for Nerve is slowly starting to close along with his eyes. And Logan, 1 versus 3, he's been in these scenarios before. I don't think he's clutched them yet. Spike gets tapped. He's not going to budge.
She knows.
Oh, the high-low's too clean. You can never fully cleanly close out against Nightblood. They're just always in your shadow.
Yeah, they'll always make it hard. And now 4 rounds down with still stuff to cycle through. It's going to continue to not be easy if Core flub those major checkpoints. And that was a lot of just, again, like individual hits getting done there. A lot of like simple counteraction. So it's clear that NBG can keep up with Core. They just have to enough on the sites when Core switches it up. And C's definitely been the hot button issue. Kumi setting up the sensors here for the first time in what feels like forever.
But that time he did pop, it was the time that Alim got literally tripped up, and could be finding that out again, but gonna step to the side and also worry about, okay, you don't have any vision into B, so could the door open? Could we get flanked? That was usually Core's special, but The attacking op is really fun too, but will Logan get any kills from it? Be able to kind of take a good duel against someone in the staircase. That's Son of Car. Has to really lock in against this approach from Core. Here's the drop down. Screwface gonna be alerted. Has the Odin picking his moment right, and his battles go his way. A 2-for-1, but Son of Car can't really do more. He's been smoked off. He's gonna step ahead, try to keep some map control. Does not want to cower. As Core now with the cutoffs try to head towards B, but no, knowing Nightblood are on their tail, this is looking very dire for Darkest. And Tuzi's not even gonna ult to join Darkest. He's gonna invite him over to C.
Yeah, now that that mesh is faded away, it's a little more vulnerable, but I mean, you got to shout out Screwface. There's no universe in which he's that far up on Rubble, and no one knows that more than Screwface. So to play on top of that and just have the couple bullets stall the Prowler to make sure that he's not fully checked as well. Gorgeous stuff to give himself a double kill. And Nightblood a personnel advantage, leading to a 4v2 as Core do take the site. But so much to claw up against. Nightblood fighting to stay in this series, fighting to stay in the upper bracket.
And Darkest has to play close to where the action's gonna be. First, it's the flashy annihilation. Barely dodge. Something about Darkest. He's Neo. He's in the Matrix. And Core have their backs against the wall. Not able to earn that rolling thunder. But Tuzi can earn himself a medal. Double kill. Can he break the curse and go for 3, though? Kumi's around the corner. Will tap the spike, and it distracts him long enough for Son of Car to get the kill. And Nightblood live on again.
Returning to
Let's keep this party going. Nightblood continue to have enough of a response and still more than enough ideas in the bank to catch Core off guard. The team coverage continues to be more there than Core's as well. And a timeout probably called to focus on that in particular. How can we achieve a better set play to fully guarantee a site rather than just guarantee a phase of it? Because Core have had no trouble getting Spike down, that much is for sure. They can reset, but it's just been too far gone a couple of these past rounds. And so Nightblood now with all of the tools in the bank to be able to just play keep away, keep playing stall. How does Core swipe that rug out from under their feet one more time to get this over the line?
Surely they have the ults. It's really just been so close between these two teams round after round. It takes these heroic plays, whether it's Screwface, Alum, Darkest dodging every ult in the game. Like, screw an aim trainer. How about an ult dodger? I don't know if that's a sim people are doing, but Core, Rolling Thunder, plus Overdrive. Surely this is just a simple round, right?
This feels like it should be more than enough for Core to be able to take over, but they don't have the proper buy for it this round. Just the 2 Guardians. Still a pretty heavy commitment, but they'll be able to buy up next round at least. Just seeing if they can toy with the economy that Nightblood Gaming still has to pretty heavily commit to this round so that the 12-10 is super easy for Core.
Well, Screwface is suppressing a lobby with an Odin, and Logan is playing chicken against that. Surprised that he still is pushed up as he is. The Core have to go for the Hail Mary with, like you said, the weapons that they have. And would you want to invest the overdrive from Halem? Just have the extra firepower and the speed, the damage. But with the sonic sensor in the way, Core could be really tripped up. At least they'll be tripped up as a team. Halem will have a moment of safety. With the shorty, this could do good enough to get Core into the semifinal. And with the spike, the chances, the lives of Nightblood Gaming in the upper bracket are taking away. And the Prowlers from Screwface is not going to go deep enough into the site. He just has to get into position for the Nightfall. Wait for Nightblood Gaming to synchronize. There's the Nightfall pull. Within it is Nerve, who's trying to hold back the forces. Son of Car gets no support. This corner hasn't been checked. Core gets away with too much murder in that moment. But Nightblood will try to salvage. And up next is the Rolling Thunder. The retaliation from Core on the post plant. And is it enough? Nightblood ticking away. And they fall to the lower bracket. Logan, a knife through the hearts of the opposition. Core get a date to the semifinal.